Hell yeah, brother. Welcome to the podcast. Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man as voted by Stick Stickly. You guys remember that guy? Whatever happened to my boy Stick Stickly? Well, as you'll notice, this podcast is a little bit different. I thought the blue background would be funny, I guess. I don't know. I just filmed Ninja Review and I have this scene set up to where it becomes blue in a green screen, even though my background is actually green. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Boy, is this podcast late. I've showed up for the podcast, 30 minutes late, an hour late, sometimes even 2 hours late. But what is it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're 3 days late. Why? Because I got sick. I was sick from like Wednesday all the way till today. I'm still a little bit sick, but I finally have enough energy to do the podcast. Speaking of being sick, it's not fun. First off, like in the morning, everything sucks, right? Headache, my spine, my back is aching, I'm coughing, I'm sneezing, everything's going bad. But the worst part is that in the middle of the day, I feel kind of okay, right? Like life isn't that bad for me, or at least right now during this current sickness. Life isn't that bad when I'm feeling sick. But then Friday rolled around and all I could think was, oh, I want to hang out with my friends. And then Saturday rolled around. And of course on Friday, I'm like, yeah, dudes, I might be better tomorrow. Saturday rolls around. Oh my God, my friends are out doing fun shit and I'm here still sick. And then Sunday happened and I was still like, dude, maybe I can do like a Sunday barbecue with my friends. No, I was still sick Sunday. Today is Monday, which is when the podcast is supposed to come out. I'm going to try to get this edited and uploaded right away. Should be up by like 8 p.m. But yeah, it's super late, man. Not a good look. Also today, this is our first podcast that I can remember, although it might be the second, I'm not sure, where there's no live audience. I'm just doing a regular local recording. This is how the old timers did it, right? This is how the podcast was done when no one's around. I got to be honest with you. It's less interesting because my favorite part of doing the live podcast on twitch.tv/ninja lifestyle every single Friday right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time, my favorite part of that is reading the chat go by, which is why sometimes when the chat distracts me, I get really distracted because it's easier for me to ramble when I'm reading the chat. Anyways, let's start with the news. There's been some interesting news going on in Las Vegas, at least 2 articles that I wanted to share with you guys. Let's start with the first one. Las Vegas is kind of like well known for mobsters, right? Back in the 70s or 80s. Well, bodies are now surfacing in our local lake, Lake Mead. It's one of the largest man-made lakes ever made, and we have a huge like water crisis, drought going on in Las Vegas. This city is a desert. It's built like in a valley. We have this giant dam called Hoover Dam that created this giant lake, and the water level has gone down. In this article, it says 170 feet, and we're finding dead bodies being dumped in there. I'm sure some of them are just people that have died swimming, but they found one recently which was stuffed into a barrel covered in concrete. Let's read. Las Vegas is being flooded with lore about organized crime after a second set of human remains emerged within 1 week from the depths of a drought-stricken Colorado River reservoir, just a 30-minute drive from the notoriously mob-founded strip. Wow, they're writing this like it's a book. Quote, "There's no telling what we'll find in Lake Mead," former mayor Oscar Goodman said. Quote, "There's no telling what we'll find in Lake Mead." Quote, former Las Vegas Mayor Oscar Goodman said Monday. "It's not a bad place to dump a body." Now, this guy was a real mobster. He's actually in the movie Casino playing himself. And he has a steakhouse here, which I have yet to try. I really want to try it. It used to be called bourbon, booze, and bitches. Or no, like beef, broads, and booze. Something like that. Bourbon. Oh, that's not triple B's, motherfucker. The place is called Triple B's. Continuing. He was a lawyer who represented mob figures including Anthony Tony the Ant Spilatro before serving 3 terms as the mayor. Blah, 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 blah. And he had a showgirl on each arm. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to skim through this article. He declined to name names about who might turn up. He declined to name names. That means he knows something. He said it's probably not Jimmy Hoffa, LOL, but he did add that a lot of his former clients seemed interested in climate control. Mob speak for keeping the lake level up and bodies down in their watery graves. Wow, I didn't know that that was slang. Climate control means I hope the lake doesn't dry up. All right, continuing. If the lake goes down much farther, it's very possible we'll have more things surface, says some blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't bet the mortgage that we're going to solve who killed Bugsy Siegel. Blah, blah, blah. Bugsy Siegel was shot dead in 1947. Okay. Well, anyways, the body they found, I'm trying to find it in this article. The body they found right here. The corpse has not been identified, but Las Vegas police say he had been shot. Probably between the mid-1970s and the early 1980s. All right. A few days later, a second barrel was found. No body was in that barrel. Sorry, guys. I got to keep, like, lowering my throat because I'm trying not to be, like, like, clear my throat every 5 seconds. Like I said, I'm still sick. What a fucking terrible podcast this is. Anyways, they found another body a few days later. They thought it was a big horned sheep. Oh, my God. I can't even talk. Later, they found out it had human teeth. The park rangers say it's probably somebody who drowned. Okay, whatever. That was the article. People are fucking getting found in Lake Mead. You know what? It's a dirty place. I've told you guys, Las Vegas, pretty ghetto place. Lake Mead is what, 20, 30 minutes away? It's a pretty ghetto place. I'm not saying it's Detroit or Chicago. Okay, I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that in reference to like, oh, the mob was here, so it's a shitty place. I'm just saying, motherfucker, it's every single day in the middle of a tourist attraction where your kids are on the zip line, there's like a shooting every single, like every 4 days. Anyways, okay, I've digressed. What a terrible podcast. Where's my audience? Where's my chat room? Next one. Former corrections officer dead. Fugitive inmate in custody. Now, when I first read this, I thought it was something that happened in Las Vegas, but it didn't. Anyways, something happened, right? So I used to date a chick who was a prison guard, or she became a prison guard. She worked that job for a couple years. And she said it's a huge deal. You do a ton of training. You get a ton of warnings. People get fired all the time for having relationships with inmates. So apparently this chick met this racist ass white boy inmate and they started having like a little love connection and she helped him to escape. I'm gonna skim through the article, right? And they escaped for 11 days because the chick was like, hey, I'm taking this inmate to his mental health evaluation. And they said, well, open the doors. And they just fucking got out and escaped. Never came back. Never came back. So they went on the lam together. Oh, yeah, they were a sight for sore eyes. There were two peas in a pod. They were stuck together like peas and carrots. Motherfucker, what else can I say? So anyways, there was a high-speed chase, and the chick shot herself and eventually died. The car crashed. She shot herself, I guess. It's not funny. It's not funny. And this guy got recaught. So I don't know, man. The perks of having a big dick in prison, what are you gonna do? It's kind of an unbelievable article. You guys can read about it yourselves, but they escaped for 11 days. Kind of surprised they made it that long. I'm only surprised because, listen, like, you're gonna go on the lam. I like saying that, going on the lam. You're gonna go on the lam, eventually the money's gonna dry up. Okay, so if you're not going to Mexico, I don't know where you're going, right? I don't know where else there is to go. I sometimes imagine, like, if you guys have seen the little mini documentaries on like Slab City, these little trailer park towns that don't really have like a police station or fire station. They're just like, they're basically large, like larger than life homeless camps. Yeah, go out there, set up a tent. You know, maybe you can live for 2 months, but eventually the money runs out. And if you're not doing some type of under the table work, you're going to get caught. And especially this was big news before that she died and before they got caught. This was news. I saw this on the news before this crazy ending happened. So it just goes to show, man, people are crazy. I didn't bring up an article for this. Moving on. Dave Chappelle almost got stabbed on stage. And I have some questions. I'm sure you guys have already heard all of this news because this happened like over a week ago. So I saw like a short video of somebody rushing Dave Chappelle on stage while he's doing a comedy show. I think Doug Desautel actually went to the show in that same building the night before. So he told me they check in all your purses. They check in all your cell phones. They check in all your shit. You can't sneak nothing in there. What did this guy sneak in? Well, it was a gun. He snuck in a gun that's not a real gun. It's a fake gun. It's what Alec Baldwin thought he had when he murdered someone. It's a fake gun, but on the end of the gun, a real knife. So basically, look, you have a knife, all right, that you can hide and like sneak into places, a nice small knife, but then you made it 7 times heavier and larger and easier to find. I don't understand what the purpose of would be to sneak in a fake replica gun with a knife on the end if concealment was the goal. Like, you might as well have brought an axe, a giant axe, or a cleaver. You could have went in there Juggalo style. You could have hacked up Dave Chappelle if you wanted to. Also, the gun knife didn't stab anybody. And from the pictures I saw, after Dave Chappelle fucking like spun around and the guy fell on the ground, Dave Chappelle's security ran up and beat the dog shit out of this guy, broke his arm, blacked both of his eyes were swollen shut, arm broken, man, they fucked this dude up. What do you expect? It's an interesting story, but it leads me to remember, you guys know where I'm going with this, the Chris Rock thing, the Will Smith thing. I saw the memes, right? All the memes said, you can't do that shit to Dave Chappelle. Well, now we've discovered that even if Will Smith had a gun knife, he would not do no dumb shit to Dave Chappelle. He would get his fucking ass beat. By security? Sure, maybe. Whatever, it was just something worth talking about. I feel like we have so many episodes where we have nothing to talk about, and finally, all these news stories just flood in all together. Speaking of being sick, let me explain to you guys, I know I'm returning to that topic, let me explain to you guys the weird part about being sick. It took me many days to figure out I was sick because I went out drinking on like Wednesday. Thursday, I woke up, I felt bad. I thought to myself, you know what, I didn't drink that much. Why do I feel this bad? It must just be a hangover. Maybe I didn't eat enough of my dinner. Oh, maybe I didn't finish my vegetables. Maybe I didn't drink enough water that day. Who knows? And then the next day, I was like, man, how can I still be hungover 2 days later? That's how rarely I get sick. Like, even when I'm obviously sick, I'm not even familiar with what being sick is because it's so rare that I get sick. I just chalked it up to, hey, it must be a hangover. Who knows? Whatever. So whatever. I have, though, famously said, this is the time of year when I do get sick. Maybe like every other year. I don't get sick in like flu season, or I don't really know what flu season is. All right. I mean COVID season. There is no more flu anymore. Interesting. Flu season, like when it gets cold and everyone gets cold, I don't get sick. When it gets rainy, I don't get sick. When the dust and pollen comes up, I get allergies, but I don't get sick. I get sick when it goes from like cold to hot. So that's actually, in my opinion, a worse time to be sick. I'd rather be sick and have a temperature, a fever, when it's 50 degrees outside and inside my house, where I'm going, oh man, I'm sweating, but at least this cold breeze is nice. Try having a fever when it's 110 degrees outside. Oh my God. My brain wants to explode. Luckily, my sickness this time wasn't that bad, but just explaining to you guys that I rarely get sick and that I'm stupid. That's the moral of this story. Ozark. I finally finished Ozark. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but if you're looking for a series to watch that isn't bad at all, Ozark. There's a reason it won all these Best Actor awards and Best Writer, whatever, the Best Director, whatever the fuck it won. There's a reason. It's pretty good. It's no Breaking Bad. Okay, whatever. But it's pretty good. And it made me remember the last couple series that I've watched, Breaking Bad, and then Better Call Saul. I'm halfway through the newest season of that. Ozark holds up well. I guess Better Call Saul kind of sucked. And then it made me think, what other series did I watch back in the day? And I watched one called, I think it was called Him. It might have been called Her. Or Him? I think it's called Him. What the fuck? It's about this weird skinny serial killer guy who always talks to himself, and every time he dates a chick, he kills her. Okay, whatever. That was the last one I watched. But before that, the last series that I watched, we're going to take it all the way back, 15 years? Maybe longer. It was The OC. I don't even remember what it was about. I just remember there was like a chick, and there was like a Jewish dude, and he had to like live with this bad boy kid, like this kid that just got out of jail. I honestly, I don't remember what it was about. I think the kid's name was Seth. Oh, I don't know, man. Seth and like Topanga or something. I forgot the bitch. Summer. Oh, it's all coming back. Seth and Summer. And what was that bad kid's name? I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't really watch that many series. I'm more of a movie guy. I haven't gotten to watch that many movies lately. Last night I watched a movie called U.S. Marshals. It was like Wesley Snipes and the guy from Independence Day. And man, it was boring as hell. It was quite a boring movie. At first I thought I was going to get a real life chase movie. Like chasing and thriller and action and shooting. And then halfway through it became a fucking mystery movie. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know who done it. I don't know if it was the butler. Fuck this movie. Wasn't a big fan of it. Another thing I'm not a big fan of that I experienced this week. Fat-free cheese. Yeah, it exists. I thought I had found the holy grail of being on my diet. Which, by the way, speaking of my diet, before we get into fat-free cheese, I was down to 163 pounds. I said to myself, oh boy. I've been on this diet for 2 months. Altogether, I've lost 7 pounds. Then I got sick. And when I'm sick, I don't feel like doing shit. I don't feel like cooking. Okay? So I went to this Mexican place called Roberto's. One day, I got one order. I got 2 meals, but one order. I ate it that night and that morning. I ate a bunch of bad food that I wasn't supposed to eat. Motherfucker, I gained 8 pounds. In one day. I had one cheat day. I gained 8 pounds. Bitch, I'm fatter than I was 2 months ago. How does that happen? I don't know. I had a little bit of beef. I'm hoping that maybe the beef stayed in my stomach longer. I'm hoping that's what it is. I have no fucking answer for how I could have one cheat meal and I'm fatter than I was 2 months ago. Doesn't make sense. Fat-free cheese fucking sucks, by the way. Has no flavor. Not very good. Not enjoyable. So don't buy it. I did recently find out, thanks to my Twitch viewers, that there's something called, oh fuck, I don't even remember what it's called, 2% cheese. There's something in the middle. It's like, it's not fat-free cheese, but it's like less fat cheese. And that's what I'm going to investigate next. I got to figure out, look, I love cheese, man. I've been eating these chicken burritos. I put caramelized onions, mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I throw mushrooms on there. And it's like, I throw one slice of cheese, like full fat cheese, one slice. Don't worry, there's not that much fat in it. Only one slice. I don't double it up. One slice only. And, man. And then maybe I'll put the fat-free shredded cheese. Freddy. Fuck me, dude. God damn it. I don't know what's up with this stuttering. Maybe the virus is in my brain now. Whatever. I make those little burritos every day, and they're pretty healthy, and they help me to lose a lot of weight until I fucked up, went to Roberto's again, man. But that's why. Listen, here's what it is. Things that taste good are bad for you. The end. I don't care what anyone says. The greatest things in life are bad for you. Man, it's sad. It's sad that life has to be such a middle ground. Then again, if I was a millionaire, I would just get fat. And then I would just become fat. And then I would just, if my heart went bad, I would just get a new heart. And if nobody wanted to date me, I'd just pay for pussy. Like, money solves all problems. I don't know how I got to that tangent. I just got to thinking of like how my life would be if I was fat. I'd probably be sweating all the time. Cool, I'd buy a nicer air conditioner. Okay, so what? I wouldn't be able to skateboard. So what? I would fucking pay little Asian kid. I would make a skate park and pay Asian kids to skate in front of me just so I could see the most amazing tricks ever. Did you guys see X Games? Got swept. Nothing but Asians won. They're next. I famously used to say I thought Brazilians were gonna take over the skate scene. Oh no. These Asians came from out of nowhere, tearing it up, they're killing it. Speaking of skateboarding, Tampa Pro happened this weekend. Not the best Tampa I've seen. Best trick was dope. I think it was Jamie Foy. Did a front crook through like a double kink, triple kink, handrail, whatever, and then nollie flipped out. Pretty cool. Andy Anderson did a really gnarly dark slide. I had read that it was not during the contest. It was like after time had expired. Still really crazy tricks. You got some good highlights out of it, but overall, Tampa, not a great one, not an inspiring one, not how I remember. Okay, and I've never experienced one live, but to me it used to be more, I guess more fun, which is interesting because more people know about it, more people are hyped on it, and everyone says, oh, we don't want skateboarding to be corporate, blah, 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 blah. But you're sitting there, you know, this is a fucking $1 million event now. Oh, whatever. I feel like the world is just really hypocritical on a lot of things. But the skateboarding, whatever, it was there. I don't want to hate on anybody. Okay, I'm not going to call anybody out. I've said this before. The state of skateboarding commentators is at an all-time like emergency, right? People who commentate skateboarding, like, I can't say this without sounding cocky or full of myself. I would be the greatest skateboarding commentator. Like, period. The end. All I'd have to do is clean up my language. I would be the best. And I'm not going to give you guys examples or name names, but there's some people commentating skateboarding on a very high level that are making the sport look as unprofessional as possible. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, it makes me miss the days of Sal Masekela and fucking Tony Hawk on the mic. Great commentators, right? And Tampa, sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. You know, half the time they were just making fun of the skater as they skated. I feel like that was sort of an interesting hurdle to have to get through when you're skating a contest, having somebody in your ear talking shit while trying to land the best tricks of your entire career to hopefully, I don't know, make your dreams come true. Let me just say this, man. The commentator bar is so low, and I feel like I exist to bump it up. So if you guys ever see anything out there, an opportunity online, if you see anything out there, put my name in there. If you ever see commentators saying something that you just say, man, this play-by-play analysis is terrible. I want your first comment to be Black Ninja LV should commentate. I prefer you say Ninja Lifestyle. Ninja Lifestyle should commentate. This is what I'm asking of you guys. If you don't got to do it, don't worry. Oh man, I talked about fear of missing out, right? This was on my list. Fear of missing out. That's kind of how my weekend was, man. I have one day, right? It's Friday where I kind of go crazy, right? I take my $60, I gamble it, throw my money away. I might take a shot of Fireball. I'm drinking my vodka sodas. I'm playing pool. I'm having fun with all my friends, dude. I'm yelling. The other day at the bar, we had a limbo contest. You know what limbo is? Where you make I made a bar out of like some wire, some like fence wire I had in my car. Did a limbo under this fucking table. We had a limbo contest. We're playing crazy music. That's my Friday. It's really fun. Saturday, I'm a little bit hungover. I recuperate. And Sunday is my day to like not drink and not do anything. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, no alcohol. For me, that's my rule. I don't know if I've ever shared that with you guys. That's my rule as of late. So that's what I've been doing. But I missed out on Friday. So Saturday, I was like, I gotta get fucked up. I gotta do that. And Sunday, I'm like, well, I missed it. Like, you know, I'm not gonna drink on Sunday. And now it's Monday. We're here on Monday. You know, now I'm over it. You know, it's already passed. But I have this weird fear of missing out on days like that, man. That's all I got for the podcast. I do want to share with you guys a couple of jokes that I came up with. I swear I came up with these. I'm not saying they've never been done before, but I came up with them. So I had this joke about an owl. And I was ready, dude. I was ready to spring this joke on owls. And the stars aligned. My buddy, Eddie, it's like his birthday. And I see on his story, his Instagram story, that his son just did a school project on owls. And I was like, oh no. So I waited all day. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go to your little birthday barbecue. I'm like, oh boy, I can't wait to go to the birthday barbecue to spring this joke. So here's the joke. I go up to him, we're hanging out, we're drinking. I'm sitting there holding it in. I'm like, hold on, don't say it right away. It's going to be obvious. Wait, drink a beer, have a fucking little bit of food for the barbecue, relax. And I was like, oh, Eddie, I saw your kid did a project. What was that project about? He did a project on owls. I said, I'll pull my dick out and put it in your face. Oh, those jokes are so funny to me, and I don't care if you don't laugh. Did you hear about what happened in Kenya? Can you fit this dick in your mouth? Oh, there's so many good ones, dude. There's even more. I had one the other day, dude. It said, what do you think's more? What do you think is the more exotic? What do you think is the more exotic animal? A camel or an alpaca? I'll pack a dick in your mouth. Oh, I can't even do it, man. Oh, it's the little things. It's the little things in life, guys. Hey, I'm sorry I was sick this week. I mean, I'm not really sorry because there's nothing I can fucking do about it. I got sick. I'm sorry that it happened. I'm not apologizing to you. I'm sorry that it happened. I take a lot of pride in never missing a podcast. And I think we've actually, in history, only missed one. So I didn't want to make that one go into two. So we're doing this podcast. I'm talking to a camera in a blank room, no fucking chat room. I'm stuttering all over myself, man, but I'm happy we got it done. And I apologize that it was a day late. But again, insincere apology. Why am I saying sorry? It's nothing I could fucking do. You know what? I'm not sorry. I'm the fucking man. You should be thankful that on Monday, better late than never, I fucking got up, I did this. I'm sick right now. I had to pause the podcast a couple times to cough. But I'm going to edit those out. Anyways, I hope you guys had a great weekend. By now, it's going to be 8 p.m. on a Monday when this comes out. So you know what? I like you guys to listen to the podcast on your way to work, maybe while you're at work on Monday. You know what? You guys can do that on Tuesday. Whatever. Didn't get any money today because we have no live viewers, no one to shout out. It's been a really fun time on Twitch. Make sure to follow me on Twitch if you're not already, twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. Tune in next Friday and every Friday right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time for the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man. That was it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you guys have a great week. Because there's no way you can have a great weekend because it's over. We wasted it. Anyways, that's all, guys. Have a great week. Don't drink much at all during the week. But when the weekend comes, don't drink too much and don't drink too little. What if it's an owl and an alpaca? Ow! Alpaca dick. Oh, god damn it.